Thank you so
So
much.
tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, like everybody else know, my name is Melang Kuol, and I'm your Karen reigning Miss Earth South Sudan 2022. But I come from a small town called Abia. I'm from Dinka, by the way, and I'm an international relations student, and I'm also a marketing officer at a waste management company currently. And yeah, nobody actually saw that coming. I didn't even see that coming myself, honestly. I did
Really?
not
So
expect myself
it wasn't
doing anything.
something you've always wanted to
No,
do?
trust me, it hasn't always been anything I've wanted to do. I mean, an opportunity came to me, and I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. What would I lose? Like at the end of the day, let me just do it. Whatever, whether it's for the experience, whether I win the crown or not, let me just do it. And it's nothing that I've never thought of it. Honestly, I've never thought of modeling or pageantries at all. This is my first pageant. Well, yeah, Miss South Sudan was my first pageant. Miss Earth is my first international pageant, and so yeah, I just went
Okay,
along with it.
tell me about the before we get to the experience, tell me about what you thought you were getting into, because I'm sure afterwards the experience was extremely different.
Yeah.
So tell me, what were you hoping to achieve first and foremost?
Well, I have a really bad stage fright, like terrible stage fright.
Really?
Absolutely terrible stage fright.
I
You
can't
wouldn't
tell.
know. You wouldn't know.
Cannot
I
tell.
mean, I try to keep it cool, but yeah, I have really terrible stage fright. So I was like, you know what? This might be an opportunity for me to put myself out there and get out of my comfort zone. So honestly, when I joined Miss South Sudan, I was like, let me have fun with it. Meet new people, try a different thing out of my comfort zone completely, because this is really something out of my comfort zone. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just put myself out there and try to do a little pageantry and see how it goes. And at the same time, I was trying to get over my fear of stage fright. I was trying to get over that. So I was like, if I'm put out there in the spot, I'll know how to. I want to know whether I'll be able to handle myself properly, or whether I'm going to be panicking, or how am I going to take control of the situation,
I've got
basically.
news for you. You're now under every single spotlight.
basically
Yes.
basically I did not see that coming. Honestly, I did not see that coming. I mean, I met great people along the way
Mhm.
for Miss South Sudan, and such nice girls, really amazing girls. And so I tried to, when I entered the pageant, I was like, oh, I don't think I stand a chance at all, because most of the girls there had already done pageantries before, so they don't
Yeah.
know
When you
what
see
to
someone is
expect. Yeah,
experienced, is yeah.
their experience, they know how to walk, they know how to talk, they know what to expect next. They know what they're doing.
You know what
I
the
was just out there.
funniest part is about pageants?
Yes.
Is that usually the person you least expect to actually win, that's the person who's going to take it. I
Well, I
kid
did
you
not
not, because
know.
people have people have some sort of powers when they get on stage, and things are very, very different on stage.
That I would definitely agree with that. I would definitely agree with that, because like when I first got on stage, I was panicking. I was really panicking. I'm like, oh, no, this is not happening. I know this is not happening. But the second time I got on stage, the third time I got on stage, I got comfortable. I got comfortable. I got familiar
It gets
faces and
easier
everything. It
with
gets
time.
easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, when I got the first question, or when I was handed the mic, I was also panicking. But towards, like, as I was talking, I was like, you know what? This is not that bad.
It's
It's not
not
really
that
that
bad,
bad. It's not really
really.
that bad.
You know, a trick that somebody told me a long time ago, which I still do until now. When you're on stage and you're talking to people, look above their heads.
Yes,
Don't look
a friend of
in
mine
their
told me
eyes.
that. They're
Yeah.
like, you know what? When you get on stage and you feel like you're panicking, don't look at people, because they
It
will make you panic even
it
more.
works.
Just look above their head, find a wall or whatever, just to concentrate on it, and just keep on turning your head through these walls, and
It
you'll be
works.
great. And
I
it
usually
does.
just move eyes above
It
the heads.
does
They'll
definitely
think you're
work.
looking at them, but
Yes,
really,
exactly. But
not
no.
really. So, what was now the? You actually received a very like warm welcome after your crowning here in South Sudan. I think everyone was pretty much excited that you were there. Also, we love Abiy.
Oh,
We
thank you.
love Abiy, and we wanted somebody. Some of us didn't even know we wanted to, but we really did. So that was very, very exciting to even see Abiy participate in something that is so important in young women's lives at this
For
point,
sure,
I
for
guess.
sure.
So that was exciting to hear. What was
To
that like for
to
you?
me as well, is like putting a BA out there. It's like a BA is known for like so many things: wars, starvation, whatever you name it. Like
Yeah.
we've never been known for something that's positive. We've never been known for something that's good for South Sudan in general. Because at the end of the day, it's South Sudan in general. It's not even going to be a BA itself or this and that and that. But for me to be from a BA and to be the first beauty queen to win Miss South Sudan from a BA,
Yeah.
it's really like it's amazing. I'm very much like, it makes me feel so good. Like it makes me feel so good that I was able to achieve that even without not even knowing it. I already achieved that.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, like you said, I received highly welcomed, and it was so nice, and it was so good to see how people welcomed me, how people were being very, very nice to me, and like how they were just showing me off, and I'm just like showing me nothing but love. And I'm like, I did not expect that from my people at all, but like it feels really nice.
It was really, really good. I was following up on it online, and I think people also loved the natural hair look that
Yeah.
you rocked when you were crowned, which is really, really beautiful. And it's also been a while since we've had I think,
Natural.
yes,
Yeah.
a natural actually win with her natural. I think it's been a while since that has happened. So everyone was pretty much excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Funny thing about my hair is like I've never been the one to rock my hair natural. Never.
What made you decide that day?
So we were when we had our press conference, when they were showing us to the public, they were like, "Oh, we need all the girls to go natural." And I've just recently cut my hair, so I was like, "Oh, my hair's short. What am I gonna do? I can't buff it." So she was like, "You know what, Sarah, the outgoing Miss Earth South Sudan,
Right.
she was like, you know what, just do like an afro or something." I was like, "Oh, okay." I tried it. I was like, "Huh,
that
really
looks good.
I really look good."
Never.
I was like, "I really look good." I was like, "Okay, you know what? Let me not show it off so much because I'm gonna go with it for the final, for the last day. I'm gonna just try to do a little natural, and I've honestly loved it since then.
It looked absolutely amazing.
Thank
Now
you.
from there, Philippines came along.
Yes.
How was Philippines?
Philippines was amazing. It was really amazing. It was the weather was a bit shaky. It was hot just like here, so I adapted really quick to the weather, and it was just like really good experience. And it's like I met amazing people along the road. Some people that I would like, it would be a long-term friendship with them.
Yeah.
Some girls I still communicate with them. We're planning to visit each other's every now and then. I recently visited Miss Ethiopia in Addis. So
Nice.
exactly. So like this is a long time friendship. Even if I didn't make it anywhere, I didn't get the crown or anything, I still feel like I won a lot of stuff from the experience. So the experience was really amazing. I met nice people. I had fun. Like I really had fun. I got to see different cultures, different environments, and like I said,
Beauty pageants
it's like,
are really good with displaying the
for
cultural
sure,
side
for sure.
of every
I
country.
got
So I'm sure
introduced
that
to countries that I didn't even know
existed.
existed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people are like, "Oh, where's South Sudan?" And I usually get called Sudan. So I'm like, there is South Sudan on my sage. Why am I being called Sudan? It's
Still
like,
happens.
yes, it does. It does.
I think
So-
at this point we need to provide a PowerPoint
We do.
presentation that the two countries are different.
Different. I know. We
Was
just need
there
to make it
someone?
public.
Was there a contestant from Sudan?
Sudan? No, there wasn't. I'm the
okay.
only one. Yeah, South Sudan. So
Okay.
that was like, "Oh, Miss Sudan." I'm like, "No, South Sudan on my sash. How can you miss it?
Miss
It's on
that.
my sash."
Right.
But like, yeah, even then, it's like, I mean, South Sudan is a small country. We're just an upcoming country. We just got our independence recently, so I don't blame them. But at the same time, I'm like, you know me now, so there's a country called South Sudan out there.
Right. Right.
So,
It's a learning experience for everybody,
for sure.
I guess, and the sisterhood must be really.
The
I think that's probably one of the best takeaways from beauty
definitely,
pageants.
definitely. The sisterhood was the best thing. Like I told you, like I met amazing people, and I'm just like, you know what? This is like we pageant trying to win a crown, but at the same time, we want sisterhood out of this.
Right.
Which
Absolutely.
is a better thing.
What was your biggest lesson?
I would say my biggest lesson was not putting myself out there a lot. Like I don't know anything about pageantries, and like when I got there and just watching the girls and everything, I was like, wow, they really know what they're doing.
Right.
They're putting themselves out there. But I was like, just being the shy me, I was like, let them do them. I'm just gonna do whatever I feel I'm comfortable with. But this is like an effort. You need to put an effort in it.
Absolutely.
Like you need to put an effort there. You need to put yourself out there. You need to put yourself on the spot 24/7, And it's not even about just looking good or this and that and that. Like, no, like actually constantly putting yourself out there, especially on social media. And I'm not really much of a social media person. I don't post much or anything. I mean, I'm a social media person, but I don't post much,
But pageants do
Pageants,
kind of
exactly.
push you
Push
into
you
that
to-
path.
exactly.
You have to post because you have to
Exactly.
get votes and so on. So now you have
Exactly.
to be a bit active
Exactly.
on
But
social
I was
media.
just being, lazy. I was like, yeah, this is not me. I don't think I'm about to change who I am because of this. So I was like, so I would say definitely my biggest lesson was like I didn't put myself out there. I should have done that. Yeah.
Before I come back to social media, if you're tuned in, welcome to the Gender Talk 2-in-1 show. I am Eva Lopa, and with me in the studio is Melang Kuol, Miss Earth South Sudan 2022-2023. If you have any questions for the reigning queen, who will continue to be your queen for the next few months.
Yes, don't
Should we say
hesitate to
forever?
ask.
Do you get to keep the crown?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
she'll
The
be
name is stuck
wearing
with me.
it
I'm stuck with you guys.
everywhere.
I'm stuck with you guys.
So if you have questions for Melang that you would like to ask, please drop them in the comment box below, and I will come back to them at the end of the show. I have followers on Instagram and Twitter who have also wanted to ask questions. I have seen them, and I am going to look back into them and ask her every single burning question that you have. All right, so social media.
Yes.
When we talked about you coming on the show, we discussed many different topics
For
that you would like to talk about that I would also like to touch on. And the social media part,
I think we both agreed
that this needs to be addressed.
Yes.
And when you just came on and we joked about social media and so on, you can have humor about it, but this is a very real situation.
True.
And it's not, and sometimes it can be overwhelming and even painful. So you went through something. I'm just going to recap from what I have seen.
Yeah.
So I think one day I woke up and you had bikini shots had been revealed by Miss World. And I guess an online platform, a South Sudanese online platform, shared it on their platform. I saw the picture and it's like, very nice. I'm even, sharing it. So nothing really. About 2 hours later, you're on every single
social media platform.
Every single one. What is happening? And the conversation was surrounding some sort of the idea that you were wearing a pad. Right? A pad, and that shouldn't have happened. It should not have been seen, and so on and so on. Now, just knowing that pageants in general, when you do bikini shots, you have it's a protective pad. It's not necessarily that someone has a period or whatsoever, but
it's just in case you get your period during that
case. And not just that, we're not going to shy out of speaking about anything over here. Sometimes you have vaginal releases that you don't expect. And Miss Earth would like to protect, or pageants in general, protect because when you're doing the bikini shots, there's a lot of media outlets that are there. And they're actually taking pictures of you in different areas at the same place. Right. And this can happen to anybody. So I assumed immediately that was what was happening. But let's hear it from you.
This is a very funny, to me, honestly, right now, it's funny because I've already gone over it and I've, went through it already. So I was like, talking about it right now is just funny. When, so this happened, honestly, when we had our first press release. That's when we were just being exposed to the social media, to the press and everything. So we had these cute yellow bikinis on and everything, and then we weren't allowed to wear wraps, and which I was fine with it as well. Unless you're Muslim, that's when you should have a wrap on.
Yeah.
But if you're not, then you don't need to wear a wrap. So like like you said, we have different varieties, like over 50 media houses in the room, and they were just taking pictures from like different angles, and we're like over 100 girls, so we're just like going on lines alphabetically, to your countries. So we were just like going in a line. It was like really fast. Like it was a fast thing. So I get there. They were taking shots. I was just posing, doing me and everything. I wake up in the morning, like you said. I wake up in the morning, and I think it was one of Hot and Juba posted me, and they said really positive things about me, you know. So I reposted it, and then the next thing, a few hours later, I'm getting somebody sent me a screenshot. They're like, "Oh, you're going viral." I'm like, "Oh, I know." They were like, "No, it's not something positive." I'm like, "What you mean?" So they sent me the screenshot. Somebody had posted, spoke about the fact that I was wearing a pad, and they were zoomed in and they circled in. I was like, you know what? It was really, really depressing. Like it was honestly, I was discussed so much about it because I'm like, to begin with, I was not even wearing a pad. This is like you
Right.
said, I wasn't even wearing a pad. I was not even on my period or anything. But even if I was on my period,
So what?
So
Right.
what? I was
Right.
on my period. I'm not allowed to wear a pad if I'm on my period. Am I allowed? I'm not. Why is it a taboo for me to wear a pad if I'm on my period? You know, why is it a taboo for me to show that I'm on my period? Why is that a taboo? Like our people really need to get over that mentality that, oh, girls, if you're on your period, you should not show your pads, or you shouldn't this. No, like they really need to get over that. So to me, I was really like, I felt disgust and I was overwhelmed and I was really depressed about it because I'm like, why would they put something like this out there? I'm going viral, but not for something good at all, for lies, you know, on top of that. So I was really, really, really
I'm
sad
sure
about it.
at that time it now affects even your mental
Exactly, because it
state.
demoralized me at
And
that point.
right.
It really did demoralize me. I was like this is really, you know. So I called my national director. She actually called me to check in on me. She called me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then she's like, "You know what? Don't let them get over it. Like, don't let them get in your head. Like at this point, just do not, literally don't let them get in your head, because this is what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get on your head, and you know, you would lose it, you know." So I was like, you know what, at this point I've already lost it, because I was about to lash out on social media, but I was like, you know what, I'm better than that.
I'm really glad
Exactly,
that
I
you
didn't. So I was like, you know what, I'm better than that. And then when my national director spoke to me, I was like, yeah, you know what, it makes sense. It really makes sense. I just need to be the bigger person in this point, at this point. So I was just like, you know, I just ignored it. But she went ahead and explained that, you know. And so the bikini has a pad inside, like it's like a pad liner.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like a pad liner. It's like, it's a clothes, it's a double clothes, you
Yeah.
know. So like and it's a bit loose. The bikini itself was a bit loose, so it wasn't really my size. It wasn't fitting, because it was fit. If it was fitting, it wouldn't show.
Right.
So you know. So when
Right.
I'm out there posing doing different poses, I guess the bikini
Starts
flipped.
showing
Yeah,
at
it starts
some
showing at
different
some point.
yeah.
Exactly, at different angles. So you know, because there were other different shots where I was doing other poses, but it wasn't showing. You know. So when I saw that, I was just like, you know what, like at this point, it's just pointless to even talk about it.
You
Like,
know,
it's really...
I think the main issue is not even that extra layer existed, or that it was a pad or it wasn't,
Exactly.
or that, you know, it really does not matter. One, if you were wearing a pad, there is nothing wrong with
it.
that.
That's what I said. I'm like,
Right.
it should not be a problem. Like that should be the least of. And coming from a girl, coming from a woman,
Right.
it hurts even more, because I'm like, what is happening here? You know, like you should be better than that. You're the one who should be telling people like this is not. And I had men, because I was going through the comments. I was really, really sad about this. I was going through the comments, and I had men coming defending me about it, and it felt so good to find men that
So
are
you had
out
a
there,
lot
you know,
of women that were coming at you
at me,
about
yeah,
that.
about that. But then the men, on the other hand, were being very understanding, and they're being very, very, you know, like they're actually explaining it more. I'm like, you know what, at this point, it's not even about the fact that it's showing. It's about the fact, well, why are you even talking about it? Like,
Why is
so
it important?
what? Why does it
Right.
matter? So what if it's a pad? So what? And I was like, I wish it was a pad. Like, I really wish it was a pad at that point, because now I would know how I'm gonna answer them, you know. But it wasn't a pad. So what am I even supposed to tell you? How am I even supposed to? How are you so naive for me to even explain to you something like this as a woman? You know.
Yeah.
So it's sad that we still have such mentalities that, you know, makes it a taboo for women to show their sanitary towels or whatever, this and that. Is just, it's really sad.
That's what makes it hard for now everybody to talk about things like that, because now I can't even, like, you can't even go online and discuss it, because now that's adding fuel to the fire, and now it takes the conversation somewhere else.
Exactly.
Right. It shifts one way or the other. And it was just very sad. And I think at that time I was really concerned for your own mental health, because it's it's one thing for you to be in a spotlight and oh, she won and it's great and whatnot, and it's a whole different ball game for you to have hundreds of people coming at you at
For
the
sure.
same time.
Trust me, it was very demoralizing. It was really, really demoralizing. Like I felt drained. I was already keeping up with so much with the pageant. I was trying to keep up with the pageant, and I'm trying to like
And you were
just
doing
keep it
so
together.
well. You were doing so well. And I really saw after that how drastically you um decreased in posting. You stopped posting as much. You stopped being as visible.
Yeah.
And of course, that's, just the reaction that you received, which wasn't even warranted. I mean, there was nothing that you have done wrong at all to warrant all kinds of words being said, pretty much bullying.
Yeah, that is
Bullying
definitely cyberbullying.
right,
It is
and
definitely
harassment.
Harassment. And like I'm gonna repeat this again. It's so sad. Like it's heartbreaking to see that coming from a fellow woman. Like, that's what hurts me more. Like if it's coming from a man, I'm like, yeah, whatever. At this point I can lash out at them.
To also
but
be
for
saying,
a woman to say something like that as well, it's kind of sad. Like it's really sad. I'm like,
you know what I'm gonna tell you? Projection is a terrible thing.
True.
Okay. It's a disease. And sometimes this is also a disease, but sometimes you see somebody doing so well and you're so bothered by that. You got to find something to make them feel bad about themselves. It was not you. It's not you. It's definitely on them. And I'm so glad you came out winning, because you're still the same person. You're very kind. You still speak when you want to. You still wear what you want and how you want.
Yes.
So you came out winning. And it didn't matter that moment that happened. It didn't matter. But I really wanted you to not lash out, but the conversation we're having now, I'm sure at that time it was very difficult to articulate yourself and say what's on your mind or how you're feeling. But I'm glad that you spoke about it. And I hope to hear you, speaking about it more, because we see cyberbullying quite often these days. And there's younger women that are going through it. There's older women that are going through it. And
not everyone will take it the same way.
At all.
For sure.
At all. This is why, suicide
happens,
high rate
increased.
That this is why people go into depression. This is why people isolate. And I guess that is the purpose of beauty pageants, right?
Yes,
kindness and togetherness and so on. So I hope you do take on this as a part of your project, which we're coming into right now.
Yes.
But anything else that you would like to say about what you went through online? And also, do you have any advice for young women who are going through cyberbullying or just bullying anywhere in general?
I would definitely tell them, don't let it get to you. Like you said, it's projection it's a disease. It's a really bad disease. You don't know what everybody's going through, but you see them coming on social media projecting whatever they're going through, whether it's their insecurities, whether it's whatever it is, they come and project it at other people. And then you, on the other hand, you're going through something, and then you receive such kind of harsh cyberbullying and all of that, and it just takes you to a different level. Do not let such things get to you completely. Yeah. You're a queen regardless. Just keep on doing whatever you want to do. And I'm saying this even for the men, because men also do receive a lot of cyberbullying. So you know what? Don't let any of that get to you. Just continue doing whatever you're doing. Whatever you do best, do it really well, and shove it up their faces, like here.
I love that.
Shove it in their face, like here.
You're gonna keep winning,
and I'm gonna continue winning. At the end of the day, we're in two different levels at this point.
Absolutely, that's a big crown, by the way. Your crown is really, really nice. So, of course, beauty always comes, especially beauty pageants. Beauty comes with a purpose. That means you have a project for South Sudan. I would love to hear about this project. Tell me about it.
Honestly, I haven't spoken much about my project till now. And since I've been back, I've been trying to work on my project. So my project for Miss South Sudan was I was trying to do reusable sanitary towels for young South Sudanese girls and women.
What a coincidence. Is this a coincidence?
Exactly. It
or...
is a coincidence.
Wow.
You know, it is a coincidence. And like I said earlier, I'm going to repeat. To me, I'm speaking about what like the attack I've received about the pad and everything. It's funny to me now because I've already gotten over it, you know. I can talk about it right now and I would just laugh about it, you know. But before I wasn't able to do that. But at the same time, it is a coincidence because my project is about reusable sanitary towels for young South Sudanese girls and women. At the same time, we have huge resources here that we can make reusable sanitary towels out of, you know. Like at the same time, it falls under the 5 SDGs, you know, and it's environmentally friendly, environmentally and everything,
affordable,
you know, affordable, and it's like easy access. Everybody can get it, you know. Like I did my research because I used to work with the media before, by the way.
No way.
Yes.
Someone that's afraid of the stage speaks so well and was with media before.
Yes, I was.
Melang, are you telling us the truth here?
So yeah, so there was FIFA came in and they were doing this project with some Senegalese company called Kitamba. They do the reusable sanitary towels. So they were doing it for the young girls here in South Sudan for football and everything. So I was doing their research, I was doing their survey and everything, and I was just going through the survey and I'm like, this is really sad. Like there's 95 or 94% of South Sudanese girls in general, like all over South Sudan, miss out on school because they cannot afford sanitary towels. Absolutely. You know, and this is so sad. Like such things should be for free at this point because you don't know, you know, like this is a necessity. Like everybody needs that. Like every single girl or woman needs that. You know?
For sure happening.
Exactly. And like for it to be at an expensive price that somebody cannot afford it, it's very sad. Like it's so sad. So I was like, you know what, let me try and work on this project with these Senegalese companies and, you know, try to do this. So this is my main project, honestly, that I'm trying to work on right now. I'm trying to do the reusable sanitary towels project to try and like go through hospitals or like schools and, you know, just like provide it in general and make it like something that you can find for free. You don't need to pay for it to get it at all, you know. And like at the same time like I said, it's environmental friendly, so you can keep on reusing it, you know. Like I'm trying to make stacks of it so I can give it out to women, and then you can just like continue using it till the period that you're supposed to be using it, it's over, and then you get a new one.
Any plan to reach the States? Girls, women within grassroots?
Yes, for sure. Right now, that's what I'm saying. I've been running up and down trying to figure it out here first in Juba, because this is where I'm gonna start with, and then hopefully later on, my main focus is for the States, because we have girls here that can afford the, you know, the sanitary towels, whether it's the reusable one, whether it's the disposable one, but you know. But we have girls in the States that need to be educated on it to begin with, you know. So this is going to be a different project as well that I really, really want to work on as well, because I'm trying to go to the States and, you know, try to educate them at least for about 5 days on how they're supposed to take care of themselves when they're in their periods, or how they can, you know, menstrual hygiene in general, you know. And then after that, I'll provide it to them. Hopefully this, fingers crossed, I don't want to jinx it, fingers crossed this project works, because from the bottom of my heart, I really, really want to help these young South Sudanese girls and women.
And I can tell you're genuine about that. Small advice that I would give is, when you actually go to the States, also try and listen to what they want.
For sure.
You know, this is something I get a lot, that you come here and you just want to tell us what you want to tell us, or what you think we need to hear. But they have their own
experiences that they need to talk about.
Yes.
That is true. That is
their own experiences and needs, that things that they need that we don't think about.
For sure.
So, you know, make it a point to just hear them out. How can I help? What can I do? Sometimes, you know, young girls, okay, great about the period, but maybe they want to have a small little pageant there.
Yeah, for sure.
Something for fun. You never know. So I think that would be great, but amazing projects. Is there Did you decide on the project before or after?
That was during Miss South Sudan itself. So
That's when
yeah,
you,
that's when I decided.
what
So I was,
inspired that decision?
like I said, I did the survey with the FIFA and the Kitamba guys, and I saw it
Previous to
previous,
the
yeah,
pageant itself.
before the
Got
pageant.
you.
I did that, and like the pageant gives you the privilege to do something. You know, I'm privileged to do something. If I'm privileged to do something, why would I not be able to help these girls, and let them be able to be privileged as well, maybe this is the start of something, you know
Right.
what I mean? So like if I do this, as I was doing the pageant, I was like, okay, you know what, you have to work on a project. They said you have to work on a project, and if you win, then we'll be able to help you out with your project. So I was like, okay, let me come up with this one, since I've been wanting to do it, but I just didn't really get to the bottom of it, or I wasn't even taking it that serious at the beginning. But then as I was doing the Miss House, and I was like, okay, let me do this one as a project. So I tried this one, and I was like, yeah,
I
this
think
can
your
actually work.
reusable pads are actually a great project
And they're
because it's
very
a great need.
underrated. Very, very
Absolutely.
underrated.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
needed. It's probably going to be affordable. If you reach the States, I think
States,
that's
for
the
sure, for sure.
jackpot.
And
That's where it's needed.
honestly, my main focus about it as well, I don't want it to just be about sanitary towels. I want it to be something, like I said earlier, being on your period. Well, menstrual hygiene is this taboo to be, like, for you to even speak about it. It's a
Right.
problem.
Right.
Like, you're committing a crime. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is something, it's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. People need to understand that it is okay, like, to see blood. It is okay to be on your periods. It is okay to hold your pads around, walking around with it. It's not a crime. I'm not gonna go to the shop and buy my sanitary towel and then you're gonna wrap it around for me. No, let them see it. Like, this is something they know happens to us girls. It's a natural thing.
Right.
So why should it be a crime for
They should
somebody to
actually
say?
learn more about it.
Exactly. So I want to, like, allow girls, and I want to show girls that it is okay. Do not listen to whatever people are saying around there, whether it's from your own parents even. Do not listen to them. Like, you should educate them on how natural this is. Like, it's okay. It's not
I agree.
man-made thing.
I'm so happy that you're speaking about this and so openly, because it's very difficult to find especially young women that are willing to speak on periods and menstrual hygiene and pads and what we need and what it should be like. And I think younger girls will relate to you a lot more than
I
other
hope
women,
so.
because you're probably a role model now for a lot of young girls. So I'm really glad that you've taken this path. Now I would like to I'm going to read out a few questions.
Yes.
I want to know what inspires you. This is from Joy Adam. Thank you, Joy. So, what does inspire you? What moves you?
Honestly, to be able to wake up every day in good health, and know that I can do anything if I put my mind into it, you know? So I would definitely say waking up every day in the morning, and the fact that I woke up today, it's something I should be glad about, and it should be something that inspires me to do more and more and more. And because, like, the great God, if they put, like, if the fact that you woke up today that's the first thing that you should be thankful about. The fact that you woke up today, that's the first thing you should be thankful about. So to me, it's the fact that I wake up every day in the morning, and that's something inspires me to do more and more and more of whatever I want to do, honestly.
Okay, I'm going to read the next question, and I like this question. It says, "Let us know your key strategy so that South Sudan would benefit from you."
My key strategy.
Key strategy.
So this is a really nice question, honestly.
I know.
It is actually
very nice. Taban
Yeah.
Thomas, thank you for asking.
Yes. So I would say is speaking up on things like how we're talking about just all of this right now. That's one thing. So we start off with talking about stuff, and then go on with it to getting to the work. So you speak on something, and then you get the work done after that. So I would definitely say, for me personally, I don't know if I've answered your question correctly, but for me, I would say it's speaking on things, speaking about things and everything. That's how it should be for everybody here in South Sudan, that's how we can better ourselves, and that's how we can better our country
To
as
be
well.
outspoken.
To be outspoken. Yes, that's the right word for it.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good strategy. I like this one too. What are some of your beauty secrets?
I honestly don't have any beauty secrets. I don't have any beauty secrets. But what are some of my I never sleep with makeup on. Never. Like no matter how bad my day has been, or no matter how terrible or no matter how late I get to the house, I never sleep with
You
makeup on.
remove it.
I remove it.
Girl,
I
you better
make
than me.
sure I remove it. And I think that's what keeps my skin clear, I guess.
It does.
Yeah, because I've tried a couple of times sleeping with makeup on, and trust me, it wasn't pleasing at all. It was not pleasing. I wake up in the morning with rashes on my face and everything. So I'm like, how do people do this? You know? So I would say that's one thing. But other than that, I don't even have any beauty hacks at all.
Okay, that's a good one though. Remove your makeup always. That actually
Yes, make
helps
sure.
so that you know your skin, it doesn't kill your skin actually.
Yes.
This one is not a question, it's a comment, but I'm gonna have a bit of fun with it. It says that the English in the studio is too fire. So I'm gonna give you a fun fact about Melang. So I'm not gonna give it to them, I'm gonna show it to them. Melang من الخرطوم.
يا انا خرطوميه يا
بتتكلم
جماعه.
عربي كويس شديد. Let me tell you.
خليني اقول لكم حاجه، انا اتخلعت الفيديو قاعده اتكلم عربي اصلا، والله
انا ما
اتخلعت.
تتخلعت انت بتتكلمي عربي.
خلعتها.
احنا الاثنين كنا ما عارفين احنا بنتكلم عربي.
Yeah, جيت
So-
الاستوديو سمعتك قاعده تتكلم عربي. I was like no way. No
I'm
way.
extending الخلعة. ناس انجليزي الفاية باستوديو ده. Okay, so by the way, how do you know, we find a lot that there are a lot of young girls who also grew up in Khartoum and they come here and there's a language barrier between, you know, older women and younger women just because of the language. And I think it'll be such a great thing for you to actually do campaigns in Arabic. يعني تمشي مدارس العربية وتتكلم معاهم برضو, because I think we really miss out on a lot of young girls who speak Arabic because we feel,
sure.
Yeah, and not many.
It's just English that's spoken everywhere. We forget that this is also an Arabic speaking country, that whereby we have people from Khartoum زينا احنا كده. Fun fact about me, أنا ما قريت عربي. والله this is
اقول
لي ناس
ما
بصدقوني، والله ما بصدقوني. But like والله ما قريت عربي. أنا مما قمت أمي اللي كانت بتدرسني عربي في البيت actually. Right. أمي كانت بتدرسنا عربي في البيت يعني، وفي نفس الوقت الناس في البيت كله بيتكلموا عربي, so you're automatically forced to speak Arabic in the house بالعربي. Yeah. So I also think that it's very hard for somebody who knows Arabic to learn English, but it's very easy for somebody who knows English. No, sorry, it's very hard for somebody who knows English to learn Arabic. But it's very easy for somebody who knows Arabic to learn English. So I feel like that's how ناس خرطوم they adapt very quick.
بتعلموا انجليزي سريع برضه.
سريع. ومشكله احنا عندنا ناسنا بتاع الانجليزي ده شويه عربي حقنا ده ممكن يكون لهم صعب شويه. But you know what you said, a lot of people here in South Sudan who speak Arabic miss out on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because we go on about speaking English. We're so used to speaking English, we forget that في ناس كمان بيتكلموا عربي. So it would really be nice like to have something يعملوه بعربي وبإنجليزي يلخبطون كله, you know, عشان الاتجاهين كله, اللي بيفهم إنجليزي يفهم, اللي بيفهم عربي يفهم.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, and I hear this a lot of the times from
sure.
you know, especially young girls in school. ما في زول بيجي بيتكلم you know بالعربي معنا, أو they are forced to go to different events where الكلام كله بالانجليزي وهم ما بيفهموا الحاصل.
انت كده وانت بتكوني قاعده برا كده.
You know what, I think we should collaborate ونعمل حاجه بالعربي for our school.
والله I would love to.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
You know what, we're gonna work on it.
Yeah, stay tuned, guys.
See, thank you for that comment. I moved to Instagram, folks, but thank you to that one comment on Facebook because you brought up something really great over here.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this last question. It says, I think she talked a lot about it right now. How does she handle bullying online? How does she stay positive amidst the negativity?
Who's that question from?
This is from a friend that would like to not be disclosed.
Okay. That's fine. Honestly, it's so hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's really hard for somebody to try and ignore whatever negativity that they're throwing at them. It's really hard. But what you just have to do, like I said, just keep doing you, like whatever you feel like you're comfortable with, just do it regardless. Do not put a barrier on because somebody's coming at me. You don't know what this person is going through. They're going through whatever they're projecting it on you. That's what they're going through. So just be the better person and be the bigger person, and just like I said, just shove it in their face. Like, you know what, you're coming at me with so much hate, I'm gonna come at you with so much love. I'm not gonna do nothing but show love out here, like whether it's to that person or whether it's to just in general, just be you, just be yourself, just ignore all of that.
No, I completely agree with you. I think I would just add on that sometimes it gets so difficult that you shut down and you're not able to deal. And at that point, I think it's okay to isolate. It's okay to just not respond, not interact, not engage. It's fine to just let it go and move on with your life. Sometimes we pay so much attention and it takes so much energy from us. Negativity is
exactly
it pulls out energy, absorbs positive energy.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's best to not engage with it and move on, especially when you are aware that your mental health cannot take it
exactly
at that moment, right? Try not to. And then also, people in general, be kind to other people. Stop bullying, stop cyberbullying, stop being mean, be nice to people. Even if someone's, wig is a little crooked, don't be
ignore it
about people.
Don't be
let it go. If someone is going, they're not right today, it's okay.
We have our days.
Yes, everyone has a bad day. Online bullying, cyberbullying is the worst to me really nowadays terrible. Because I see it every day. And it's not just one person against another person, but we tend to now assemble, gang up, and on one person people.
Yeah.
Yes. Regardless of how strong someone is or whether someone is responding to you or not, you don't know what somebody is going through. Also, it's just not a nice thing to
honestly do. I'm going to add on to what you said earlier. It's okay to isolate yourself. It's okay to shut down. That's very normal. It's really normal, and it's part of the process. Like, you know what, if you feel like you're shutting down, shut down. Like, just go off everything and take time to yourself. See what your triggers are. See why are you in that situation. If it's because of cyberbullying, then see how a way forward of how you can help yourself get out of that situation. Take control of yourself, take control of your situation, isolate, and you'll be fine. It's not a crime to isolate yourself or just shut down and be like, you know what, I don't feel like doing this today. So that's also a way of being the bigger person at that point.
I agree. And by the way, it's not for the weak. I do that a lot. Sometimes I don't like what's happening online, so I leave it alone.
Yes.
I take a break. Sometimes I don't want to argue. Sometimes I can get petty and argue.
Yeah,
but, a lot of the times I don't like to argue. So I leave it alone and I move on. It's okay for things, not to bother me, for me not to engage, for me to let it go, for me to move on. Sometimes it's your reaction that everything depends on, right?
For sure.
It's what we answer to that, puts us in different situations. So take care of yourself.
At
you
the
don't
same
want to be
time,
in it, don't.
At the same time, a lot of these bullying that comes online, it's a way to trigger you. They just want to see how you're going to respond to it. And if you don't give them the benefit of the doubt. If you respond to them the way they expected you to respond to them, then yeah, that's the end for you. Like, absolutely. They're happy now and you're just like, so you know what, just
absolutely say nothing and stay perfect. You might not have the crown like Melang does, but mine stays on even if you don't see it.
It's
okay,
invisible.
And yours does too.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got a few minutes to go. What are your last words for the good people of South Sudan?
Thank you so much, everybody who has shown me nothing but love. I really, really appreciate it, and I'm so glad that I am beloved by my people that much, and you continuously showing me that love even when I don't realize it. And thank you so much, Eva, for having me here.
Thank you for coming on.
I would love to be more here on and on.
We need to have you more here.
sure.
So we'll definitely work
For sure.
something
And
out.
hopefully next time حنعمله بالعربي.
Inshallah. No,
Inshallah.
next time لازم يكون
يكون
بالعربي.
بالعربي.
Very important.
معلش يا ناس عربي ظلمناكم.
Okay, so that'll be it with Melang Kuol Miss Earth South Sudan 2022-2023, and it will not be the last time that you see her on this show. Also, next time she'll be speaking in Arabic. باحتمال عربي يجيبوا شوية زي دي كان.
شوية كده بس عملوا زي ده.
Combo. Okay, but unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show. The good news is we come back next Thursday, and I have a group of young women that are going to blow your mind. I'll see if some of them speak Arabic, because I know you've also been requesting that we speak more Arabi or Arabi Juba. So I'm going to see if we can find a few more young women that can speak Arabic and make it something regular on this show. I saw that someone asked about Jackie. Jackie is still a co-host on the show, but Jackie has exams, and we are big on winners on this show, on this platform. So Jackie is at home studying and making sure she brings us a pass when she comes back to the studio early in February. Don't worry, she's not going anywhere. But for now, I would like to wish you a good evening or good night. Drive safe, and I'll see you next week. My name is Eva Lopa. This is your favorite show.